Why is misfortune right next to happiness? The siblings entered the garden with doubts and saw a splendid palace. Right in the center was a huge jade table, adorned with gold and silver, piled high with delicacies and golden utensils. A bunch of plump people, draped in silk and sparkling with jewels, were feasting around the table. The light spirit said, "These folks are worldly happiness." These worldly happinesses grabbed the siblings and pulled them to the table to share the luxury. Tiltil quickly turned the diamond, and a holy light flooded the garden. The people symbolizing worldly happiness instantly withered away, their clothes and food vanishing into thin air. They had to flee to the cave of misfortune next door. Turns out, this worldly happiness was low-level materialism, happiness from indulging in luxuries to satisfy desires. It's only separated from the cave of misfortune by a wall, so it leads straight to misfortune. The siblings also realized there was no blue bird symbolizing eternal happiness here, because such material happiness just can't last. Then the siblings saw other happiness spirits. A leading one told Tiltil, "We're the happiness in your home. Look, this is happiness from health, this from family, this from fresh air, this from the morning sun every day. This is happiness from the evening sunset, this from spring. This is happiness from having a fireplace in winter. This is happiness when it rains." The happiness in your home is so overflowing, it's almost bursting through the doors and windows. The joy from laughter and singing could knock down the walls. But you didn't see or hear a thing. They also met various joy spirits. The joy spirits were angelic women in long dresses, walking gracefully. Among them were the joy of kindness, justice, aesthetics, understanding, and more. The last to appear was the spirit of motherly love, and she hugged them tight. Tylo and Mytol told them, "You ran off to heaven yourselves, which made Dad and me super worried." Tyltil noticed the spirit of motherly love was even more beautiful than their real mom. She asked her mother, "What's your beautiful dress made of? Is it made of silk, silver, or pearls?" The spirit said, "It's made of kisses, gazes, and caresses." Here, the author Maeterlinck reveals the true essence of spiritual happiness, that the joy of the spirit far outweighs the worldly happiness of craving fine clothes and feasts. When Tiltil asked where the bluebird was, these happiness spirits laughed and said, "You actually don't know where the bluebird is?" In their eyes, those who have gained spiritual happiness already possess the bluebird that symbolizes happiness. But where exactly is this bluebird? After leaving the source of happiness, the light spirit brought the siblings to their final stop. The kingdom of the future. They saw a grand temple where everything was blue or white, from the light to the surroundings, with a turquoise dome, marble seats, and ivory gates, like a fairyland, pure and flawless everywhere, shimmering with a sense of loftiness and eternity. Living here were children not yet born, wearing blue robes and wings, playing, chatting, strolling, contemplating, cultivating new crops, inventing new instruments, and so on. At that moment, the time spirit appeared, a majestic old man holding a scythe and an hourglass with a dock formed by rose-colored clouds behind him. It turned out the time spirit was there to summon a batch of children to be born. All the prepared blue-robed kids pushed through the crowd and ran over. Time selected them one by one, shooing some children back, saying it wasn't their turn yet, and pulling others over, saying Earth needed an upright person. The chosen kids boarded a big ship, set sail, and slowly vanished in the distance. Still, the children's shouts could be heard. They were yelling, "Earth! Earth! I see Earth! How beautiful Earth is! How big Earth is!" Tyltil heard a cheerful song, and the light spirit explained, "That's the song of mothers welcoming them. The kingdom of the future symbolizes the beginning of life, where children are nurtured and then head to Earth. This imagination is dreamlike, full of childlike fun and hints that to find the pure, eternal, highest truth, one must trace back to life's beginning, which is also the world's start. Though the children are all innocent, not all will benefit the world. The old man maintains balance by sending righteous kids to the world, as well as evil ones. He lets some children bring beauty and others bring ugliness to the world. Thus, it becomes rich and colorful, full of drama. Now we've come to the final scene, everyone. Tiltil, Mytil, the cat, the dog, etc., returns together to the outside of the woodcutter's hut. The fairy is coming back soon and will ask for the bluebird right away. But the siblings haven't found it. And Tiltil anxiously asks, "What should we do?" The light spirit replies, "Maybe the bluebird doesn't exist at all. We've tried our best." Then the spirit companions, bread, sugar, fire, water, and others, come one by one to kiss the siblings goodbye. Because according to the fairy's arrangement, the journey is over, and these spirits must disappear. The dog cries the most sorrowfully. It's humanity's most loyal servant. Finally, the light spirit also bids them farewell, saying, "I can't follow you into your home, but I'll shine for humanity until the end of the world." As the clock strikes, the door opens a crack, sucks the two children in, and shuts again. The bread, sugar, and water spirits left behind cry as they leave. The stage gradually darkens, but the dog's weeping still echoes in the air. Although the parting is heartbreaking and the siblings regret it, actually, a series of positive scenes have appeared on stage. The red walls and green door complement each other, and dawn has broken in the distance. After exploring the truth, the human soul seems to have awakened. When the stage lights up again, the scene is identical to the opening. The house has various furnishings. The cat and dog are asleep. The children aren't up yet, but the father has repainted the house for Christmas. The mother enters, first urging the siblings to get up, then marveling at how soundly they're sleeping. She kisses the siblings and says, "Tiltil has the scent of lavender. Mytil has the scent of lily of the valley. The children are so wonderful." This reminds the siblings of the happiness spirits they saw earlier at the source of happiness, symbolizing health, family, childhood, motherly love, and others. Right in their home, the mother reminds Tiltil that the little girl next door is still sick and suggests he give their bird to her as a Christmas gift. At that moment, Tiltil suddenly notices the turtle dove hanging at home. It's completely blue. Could this be the bluebird the fairy spoke of, symbolizing happiness? He's incredibly excited, calls Mytil over, then quickly takes down the bird cage to give to the little girl. And so the bluebird appears in an unexpected place. When the siblings feel happiness and love at home, the bluebird, symbolizing happiness, is right beside them. And the little girl next door jumps up as soon as she sees the bluebird, and her health is instantly restored. He came accompanied by his mother to thank Tiltil, but timidly avoided his clumsy embrace. He even tried to demonstrate how to feed the bird, but the little girl resisted, and as they tugged at each other, the turtle dove in the cage flapped its wings and flew away. The little girl burst into tears. Tiltil quickly comforted her, saying, "It's okay. Don't cry. I'll get it back." Tiltil walked to the front of the stage and said to the audience affectionately, "If anyone catches it, would you be willing to return it to us? For the sake of future happiness, we must find it." The dream play, The Bluebird, drew to its close with Tiltil's declaration. After this fantastical journey and repeatedly failing to find the bluebird, Tiltil and Mytil discovered it was actually in their own home all along. And right then, immersed in happiness, they felt the journey was worthwhile. This happiness, whether from family, motherly love, or childhood, came along as the siblings pursued truth. The siblings gave this bluebird to the little girl, restoring her health, and helping others. They gained immense fulfillment Learning happiness must be guarded and exists only in constant seeking. Precisely because of this, though Tiltil finally found the blue bird, it soon flew away. The search for truth has no end. Only through seeking can one gain truth's affection and reward. Maeterlinck conveyed all these rich meanings and poetic scenes through symbolism. Symbolism originated with Baudelaire in the mid-19th century, who used it in his masterpiece Les Fleurs du Mal. Thus, Baudelaire is known as the pioneer of symbolism. Symbolism later expanded from poetry to drama, painting, and music. By Maeterlinck's time in the late 19th to early 20th century, it had become a movement, a school, and a vigorous artistic revolution. Symbolists believed everything corresponds to an essence, and the material world interconnects with the human spirit. Symbolism bridges these worlds. People perceive symbolic meanings in objects reflecting their inner spirit. Maeterlinck's The Blue Bird is an outstanding representative of French symbolism. A French critic even said that Maeterlinck's plays surpassed the finest moments of Shakespeare's. Um, Later, the influence of French symbolist theater spread across Europe and even worldwide. Works by many renowned playwrights like India's Tagore and China's Tian Han were deeply influenced by the symbolist movement. And as a representative of symbolism, playwright Maeterlinck showcased his theatrical philosophy in The Blue Bird. For instance, he advocated for irrational sensations, where a sudden revelation sparks profound spiritual insight, and so on. Though centered on children and brimming with fairy tale charm, this play carries genuine idealistic sentiment. Its rich symbolism and introspective and profound ending not only inspire children, but also prompt adults to reflect. Have they lost their childhood exploratory spirit while growing up? Are they increasingly content with material desires like those depicted? Adults struggle to believe, like children do, that a blue bird exists in the world. They've often long forgotten truth's meaning. This play, The Blue Bird, reminds us that only those who persistently seek truth can walk hand in hand with lifelong happiness. All right, that's our interpretation of the dream play, The Blue Bird. Singwa notes are below the audio. See you tomorrow.